drive to practice, I'm like, okay, where's my body feeling today? I have a pretty heavy meditation practice, so it's easy for me to do that. It's not easy for everyone. Sometimes it's after the armor's on. I'm like, okay, what do I feel? So my general warm-up in armor may be different every time, but as we talked about, I'm gonna do the one that is good for most people's mobility, okay? The camera is there, so I'm gonna walk.
I can be wherever you want me to be.
Yes. That's great. We're gonna walk away, and I'm gonna try to be as loud as I can towards the camera so it hears, and I'll make sure I send you my basic warm-up. I'll probably add some, because I'll be completely honest, my brain tends to tangent when I'm doing, I get back into myself like, oh, I gotta move that today. And actually that's a piece I think everybody needs. So I'll talk to the camera for a second about what I believe in dynamic warm-up. I believe that dynamic warm-up is way more important than just a static stretch. We'll do a few stretches, but mostly it's about creating connection to the earth, starting at our ankle mobility, to our knees, to our hips, and then getting our shoulders moving. With rotation through the core. Those are pieces that I want to see where my body's at. The biggest thing for me about any dynamic warm-up is I want to get my tendons starting to believe that they can move. It's a neurological connection from my brain to my bodies, to my body and to my muscles. I want them talking to each other. And this is a really great way that as we're moving our feet and our ankles for us to start listening and building our balance in. We spend a lot of our days stationary. And if we can start to connect with where's my balance at, that's a huge thing in fighting. I'm not going to talk about why I believe in that right now, but this is a way to help develop it. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with our feet. We're going to do 3 movements with our feet first, and then we're going to do a little pause of a squat to a rotation stretch, and we're going to kind of move through them. The other thing I want to do is get my heart rate up a little bit. So we're gonna see where we're at, and we're gonna check in. If your heart rate starts going too high, where you're like, oh, this is starting to become work, you let me know, and we'll just switch to more of a static movement. A lot of these are about, we wanna like ease into the heart rate waking up, and kind of moving into that a little bit more. So it's just a gentle movement first, and you can build it if you need the heart rate there, but oftentimes in this, it's like, hey body, we're starting to respond. So I want us to be cognizant. So if at any time you're like, whoo, my heart's coming up, we'll just switch to a different movement. I'll figure out what that is right away. So the first movement, again, starting with the feet, is we're just gonna walk on our heels. We do all of these movements about 20 yards, 25 yards. If you don't have a lot of space, it can be short. You can just do it multiple times, okay? So we're just literally gonna wake up our heels, and we're gonna walk, lifting our feet up. On this nice even ground, it's a great way to do it. And we're just gonna walk all the way up. Stop, we're gonna turn around, and we're gonna walk back on the balls of our feet. So now we're saying calves, let's work. And if we find that there's a moment where you're like, whew, that's a little bit funny, just come back down, but then you can keep it going when you can.
Yep.
Okay, this is phase 1. Now we're gonna combine those 2 pieces. The first few often feel a little bit weird. I'm gonna show it to you, and then this is just sort of teaching our body now, we're starting to spring up. I'm gonna make sure the ground's good. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna choose a leg, and that leg's gonna lift up like we just did walking on our feet. The other foot's gonna go forward like this and land. My first one, I started falling. I'm like, oh, my balance feels weird. I'm gonna land and just do that again. I want my balance to be good. I land, and I come here. And it's just this movement as we go. Launching up, pulling that foot forward. So you can try it. It's a bit weird. So it's find a foot, lift, yeah.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, now but try it again. And now the next time you do it, it's gonna get better. Yeah, and now what I want you to do is, as you do it, think, can I go up, hop, and maybe for you, you want to start a little wider. Yeah. Yeah, boom, and then really come up, lift up. Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah.
Float up.
Saif, what muscles are you engaging?
Right now, I am purely thinking feet.
Okay.
And hips a little.
Thank you.
Right. Come up. And it's that. Up, up. Now that we've done that, we're literally just going to go back sideways, and we're just going to get our arms starting to move. So we're just engaging a different area. We've gone this way, we're going to go back. And I'm starting to feel the heat in my body now. So we'd probably go a little bit farther, and now I'm just going to walk back. Part of it is I'm talking, my heart rate's starting to go up. I'm like, okay, the nervous system is starting to get activated, and I want to come back into the parasympathetic.
Yep.
I may take a breath. Whatever it is fine. Now we're gonna go, what's the angle on that leg? We're gonna go to,
I got you covered.
Okay, we're gonna just find a nice wide stance. Feet can be wherever. And we're just gonna go bend down till we can touch the ground if we can. We're gonna give a little bit of a stretch in through the back and then come back down to where we're grounded. If we can find a hand down and just reach up. Ooh. Again, armor's gonna limit it.
Yeah, that's good.
And then go up here and then keep your hands down. Give that little stretch in through the back, dip back down and then just reach the hands up. Right, we're now starting to incorporate the arms and we do that 5 times. Boof down, find the little stretch, come back down to where we feel good. Think of that rotation. What is my body allowing me? And it's also a good time to check.
Oh, you forgot the bump.
That's okay.
You've got the bob.
Yeah.
Bob down, bob before coming up.
Yeah, it's just like anything. So I'm thinking in through the hips. I'll just do that 2 more times actually. And see, I'm missing it now. Boom, my body's saying, I need you to rotate, my friend. And then we just give that little bit of stretch and then reach the arms up. Okay, 1 more time, down. We'll see if I can do it right. Little stretch, down, rotate, rotate, and then bob, and then up. Okay, that's
Good
great.
one.
I've got a little bit, my body's saying, woo!
It is starting to engage it without a bit of loading because I haven't done squats in a long time.
Yeah,
so
right?
This is good.
And so now the hips are starting, my hips, like for me in this moment, my hips went, oh, we got to talk to you. And so what we're gonna do is find a nice wide stance, and we're gonna take one knee and we're gonna drive it in. Whatever we can do. Really think loading that into rotation. Coming back out and grounding and try the other way. And you can just bob into it as your body allows. If you have knee pain, you wanna be cautious. And you can play with your arms. Think of this as a playful movement.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starts to engage.
Thank you.
And every time we start to feel the movement come, what I always like to do is find a grounding and just breathe. Doesn't matter what it is. I like physiological sigh. As I'm talking, it's hard to do, but a physiological sigh looks like this. You breathe in as much as you can, micro pause, a little bit more, and then a slow exhale. So I will do it now.
It's a hop.
Where's your mind when you do that?
My mind just goes into what I just worked. So what I am feeling, and not everybody feels it, my legs are tingly.
Yeah, mine are too.
Yeah. So
I'm so unfit.
Yeah. What the breath work does is it draws us back into ourselves. So we've been very external for a lot of it. And as we do that breath, physiological sigh, we know scientifically it pulls us back into the parasympathetic. So sympathetic, fight or flight, and parasympathetic, rest and digest. The physiological sigh we do in our sleep. So it's a really cool tool.
The second little bit of the air intake is for just to trigger a little bit further.
I wish I could tell you.
Cool. So,
I just know that that's how they watch people do it in their sleep. We do it naturally, and then they were watching what would happen. So it's quite an interesting thing. Yeah, it's very interesting. So we've got a few simple movements. One of these I'm not sure if I can do with my right leg today, but we're gonna do it. This one is gonna be, so we've had a bit of dynamic movement, we're gonna add more. So I'll show it to you and then we'll do it. It's just grab a knee and hold it. So again, this is really cool because we're having to maintain our balance while we do this and then we land it. And it looks like this. So I'm gonna do this. We grab, 1, 2, grab, 1, 2. We're trying to warm up even more. Just like that. Yeah. And just, it's like this little, yeah, that's perfect. There's no right or wrong. I like to be on the balls of my feet because that's how I fight. Perfect. Yeah.
Hey,
I'm
Gab.
putting my feet
That's
together.
okay.
Gabs.
We're gonna do it, but we're gonna do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
This one I can't do.
Sure.
On my right leg, I'm just gonna do like a quad stretch. I pulled it, 1, 2. I might be able to do it.
I can't actually do it. My body arm is stopping me grabbing
That's
that.
okay. So if you can't do it, just give yourself a little hold, and then give that 1, 2. 1, 2. It's just sort of saying, hey, my knee tendons are gonna have to work. So if you can't do it because of the armor, that's okay.
Well, that's not an excuse I'm using.
That's a great excuse.
I'm actually bottoming out into the sun. I was like,
Oh no.
It's all right. No, it's all good. Lamar
Okay.
will let me do it because it doesn't have the hard point.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's one. The next one is we're gonna get the hips working.
Yeah, that's
so we're
my
gonna get
favorite.
into external rotation, but we're gonna do the same thing. So we do that movement, step, step, movement, step, step.
Yep.
And we're building up intensity. I'm just gonna move your helmet.
Oh, so sorry.
No, you don't have to be sorry at all.
We don't want you tripping over it.
Because we're going to be using it. I'm glad you brought it. So we're here, and we're just going to take our hip into external rotation. 1, 2. External rotation.
We have Jessica and Terry.
Yeah, perfect. Stop and turn around. This time we're going to go into internal. This one's a bit, this is easy to get going.
Yes.
This one, it's coming in then back down. But the key to it though, is it's easy just to do this. What is a really cool thing to add to it is that with your foot. So as you come up, your foot comes up. And so you get that big hip movement.
Yeah.
That can be pinchy. If it's pinchy, we don't want to do it because there could be a hip joint pathology. So we come up, 1, 2, up.
I can do it easier on my right, like my left.
Yeah, my left hates it. I have a cam lesion in there, so it's a bit funky. Perfect. And we go to breath, because my heart's starting to beat. Whatever breath feels good to you. I always like 3. For me, I'm referencing what my heart's doing. Is my heart ready to add more stimulus? And I feel ready to add a bit more. I'm going to describe it while you keep breathing. The next one comes from track and field. It's called an A-skip pattern. And literally it's skipping. But the focus on it is my knee comes up, but I drive it down.
Yep.
And I'm going to go sideways because it'll be easier for the camera to see. It'll take me a minute to remember it.
Oh yeah.
This ground is making it tricky. The first one, I don't need to move far. What I like to do, because it's how my brain works, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm trying to go farther with this. You don't have to. That will get your heart moving. The next 3 are going to be a lot more dynamic. So we're going to do the A-skip pattern, then we'll come back, do it again. I like to do the A-skip a couple times because it's intense. And then we're going to do really common one, a karaoke, which is the internal rotation.
Okay.
So we'll just do the A-skip as we go. I'm going to watch though. So left. Drive your hand. Opposite hand. Right. Driving the foot. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that was great. As you do it, a really cool thing to add to it, because we don't use enough of it, is our dorsiflexors. Dorsiflexion is the foot coming up.
Yes.
So as you're poof, might look at my toes.
Yeah.
Poof. Right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. It's a different feel. Yeah.
Should I do it?
Arms.
Let's get it going.
Get those arms pumping too. They help.
Yeah, I think I'm considering the feet, but you're right.
No, it's okay.
Thank you.
So for me, when I work through these, where's my brain at today? Are my hands connecting to my body?
Yep.
You're learning something new.
Yeah.
I've been doing A-skips for 1.5 years. So my ability to makes sense, right? I'm gonna let you breathe.
Yep.
I'm gonna describe the next one. A lot of people have seen a karaoke, but what I want you to think about with karaoke is the movement that's important. So what a karaoke is, a side movement, which we don't dance enough in our world.
Yep.
And so what it is, my knee drives up. That motion's important, but the drive down is the important part. I think I can do it. Yeah, so for me, move. And then back the same way. And it's the drive down I'm focused on.
So it's
Let's go this way.
it's the leading foot.
So it's the back foot.
Back foot. Yeah.
Bam. Just duck. Yeah. Push it down. Try to get both feet facing you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You're in harness, so it's making it harder. We'll go back the same way. Try to take, you know what? Take that knee to my hand. That's where I want
That's the
it.
height. Good height. Yeah.
Okay? Bam, bam. And even try to cross. Yeah. The harness makes it hard. Bam, 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 bam.
That's great, Gabs.
Perfect.
Good job.
Yeah. So we've got our heart rate up. We have great connection with the legs. I'm going to do 2 more movement-based pieces that will help us down-regulate. And these are now, we've warmed everything up so we can do more. A lot of people have heard of the perfect stretch. I adjust it. I'm really going to have to adjust it today. But the perfect stretch, we've done all of the mechanics of it, except for one. So I should actually do that one first. Sorry.
Yeah, no, go, please.
And this is good because we can go back to that 1-2. So we can increase the heart rate and bring it back down. These are really important pieces. If we just go here, all the benefit disappears. So for me, it's just a walk. I'm doing dorsiflexion, a little scoop. 1-2, scoop. Just a scoop walk. It just starts waking up our posterior
chin. And you're pointing the feet up, so it's...
Yeah. Yeah. And reach for it. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Let's go forward and do it. Because we're doing the 20-ish yards.
Yep.
So we'll just take 1 foot, scoop, scoop, 1-2, scoop, 1-2, scoop. Just walk back. So walk back gives us a chance to, again, nervous system deregulate. We want to push and then pull back. That helps us in all of our fighting. So we'll talk about the next one while you continue breathing. Just a perfect stretch idea. It'll be hard, so we won't do it with the armor, but typically you'll do some sort of a quad stretch to a glute pull, landing in a big lunge, reaching forward while you dip into the hip flexor.
Yep.
And then we're gonna come down.
Yep.
I'm gonna say, hey world, and we're gonna say, hey world. And I like to give a little bit of push on my hip so I activate it more, so my arm is saying, woo! And I'm gonna come, I draw my foot back.
Yep.
Because I wanna get a little bit into the hamstring. And my hamstring isn't tight, my sciatic nerve is, so I have to pull it. I have to pull it back. I pull this foot in so I can reach it. And then 1-2, do it again. We're only gonna do this because the armor is limiting, okay? So we're gonna do that down here. So we're gonna just pull 1, and then we'll just land it. And then we can reach forward and up. And then we're going to do a rotation, so see what you can find. And then the other hand will plant, and then rotate. You can take your back foot. I like to start to push that leg out. Yep. Harden armor.
Oh, man.
And then bring back up.
Oh.
And I'm working you.
You are the first man.
Dynamic workouts are brutal, and they're good. And then we land it. And then we're going to want to do that hip flexor reach. We're going to twist. And we're going to want to twist the other way. I'm going to take that leg out farther to the side. And I'm going to pull it, and I'm going to do that little hamstring.
You're going to sleep good tonight.
These are great.
So that's
this
a
is
really...
stuff to work up to, so I'm going to work up to it.
Yeah, right? And that's sort of the basis of that. There's 2 things that I do more because I want your shoulders moving, okay? So grab your helmet. Octa, is your helmet easy?
Yeah, it's right in here. Sorry, my back.
No,
I need to stretch more now too because I've been out of armor too long.
Great. So he wanted it that way. What we want to do is get our shoulders moving. So halos are awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Halos are great. But I like to do it with a bit of a lunge. So I choose my leg forward and I'm going to twist around my head and just see what my shoulders are. Sometimes our shoulders are goofy. Sometimes they're not. What I want you to do, you're doing it great. Can you allow the helmet to come backward? Give it a squeeze like this.
Okay.
What I want is the pressure of your hand.
Okay, I see.
Right?
Oh, I see. Yeah, the right shoulder. Left shoulder.
Is it too much?
No.
Okay, great.
I can still tighten.
Yeah, cool. So we move it around. We just see it and then switch legs and just see where it is because we're going to make this a little dynamic. For me, shoulders are such a weird joint.
Yep.
We want to teach them and say, hey, we can do this.
Yep.
Okay, as long as everything feels
And you're
good.
maintaining some nice 90s, right? With here as you come
Whatever
around.
you can.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer that there's no right or wrong. It's what does our body allow? And we all need better body connection. We're so goofy with it. So we're gonna start here. I just need to program it in my head because it's gonna mess up the first time I do it. No, that's it. So we do this, I'll do it facing the camera. What it's gonna look like is I've got it. If I'm sending the helmet this way, this leg's going back. Boom. Yeah.
That's your bad leg,
The
right?
other way, yeah.
Yeah.
Do the other way. Boom. And I'm getting that twist in. Looking where you're twisting, if you can. Sometimes our balance moves. Balance is so much more important. Find the twist, then I'm going to stand up.
I'm doing that leg.
I love it.
Damn it!
Just on your knee.
Boom. Doing that movement. So give it a try.
That's awesome. We're going to get
One
you
leg backwards.
balanced.
Yeah.
And it's that way, isn't it? So when I'm doing it again, it's...
So
right leg
I'll be
is-
your mirror.
Yes.
I'll be your mirror.
good.
We'll go that leg back.
Do the other one that's easy for you.
This is great. This is great. This is great. So start with one back so you can figure it out. Come around the head and then counter twist. And then stand up with the foot and then carry it. It's like one movement. Bam.
Oh, yep, lost my balance. Yep, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's
keep this in.
Step back.
Think, whoof, I'm pulling that into my core. Yeah, around.
Whoop.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Here, you know what?
That chainmail.
Yeah, the chainmail.
Swap helmets.
Take off this helmet.
Oh, sorry.
It's heavier.
So we're back. We're gonna go around and then twist. And then stand up. And as we're standing up, we start the other side. Boom. Rotate. Yeah, that's perfect. We do 5 to 10 of those.
All right.
Okay? And then the last one, just to get the shoulders really good, what I like to do, the swords are small, is I like to do dislocation, so I can't do it with a sword, is I will pull until I can. What can I do? Sword may not be the thing. A band works great, but the idea is dislocate, dislocate. That's what we call them. So
can I do it like that?
You can totally do it. No, as long as it doesn't feel like it's pinching. And so for me, I don't care what it is. It's about getting the shoulder. Sometimes I like to play with it, right? I want to get that body moving. And this is the one I call the play, right? So for me, what does my body feel like today? Yeah, it doesn't love that today. So I'm going to pull that hand in front and allow it to go. What I'm looking for, my feet are grabbing the ground.
Yep.
My big toe is activated. Is my big toe there? And the first few, I'm not really thinking about my shoulders. I'm like, where is the ankle, the knee, the foot? Where are all those connection pieces? And how can I do it? My left shoulder is not liking it today, so I'm going to allow it to stay in front.
Oh, I see. Yep.
And about really thinking the biggest movements we can. Yeah, perfect. Because now you're getting the activation from the ground, and play with it too. So you can be upright, but you can also then think about, can I play in those spaces with my knees? This is like pulling play into it, which is so important in movement. That's awesome. So those are the main ones, and I'm going to show 2 more that are hard to do in armor, and I'm just going to do them because my body is saying I need to do it today. And they're just on the ground. Side ride with one foot way over, and the other arm goes out. And I am reaching. So all of these, they look more stretchy, but what I'm trying to do is engage, make it harder, make the work harder. So I could just move my arm around, or I could think with action.
I want to try that thing.
Yeah, go for it.
Looks like it feels really good.
Reach through it. And then go one way and then go the other.
So this is it. All right. Now, does it matter? I have to leave my left knee on the ground.
That's fine. Can you put your foot out towards me? Yeah, that's great, because now you're getting that huge rotation through the spine. I'm going to give you shade, because I've been working you hard. Now when you come here, though, I'm going to pull your arm, okay? Reach with it. Do you feel how you're counter-rotating now? And then go up, and then get,
Grab the ground with that left shoulder, right?
Yeah. And then move. I'm going to give you a little push. Yeah, good. Now I want you to go the other way. Okay, hold on. No, you're perfect. Come back to where you start. I want you to come, reach as far as you can, and now reach down. So what we're doing is we're firing those muscles, and then as we flip, reciprocal inhibition. If you're doing a bicep curl, the tricep has to shut off. The more energy you put into this movement, you'll get more range in the ones that don't feel so good. Try the other side. Yeah, that's great. Now flip over. I'm going to move your stuff.
So it's
bottom leg is straight.
yeah, the bottom is straight.
Bottom leg straight. This one goes out. Top leg goes. There you go.
Yeah.
Reach it out, stretch out that knee.
Start there.
Can this come out a bit?
Yep.
Yeah, go there. Reach with that arm. That's great. I'm going to give you a little pull just to say, hey, yeah, there you go.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, good one.
Reach. I'm going to give you a little sensation. Okay. I'm going to help again. Yeah, that's perfect. And we can do this for each other as long as we ask permission.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you can stand up. And that's a long warm up, but it gets things moving.
The long warm up is what I want because I'm not in a rush or anything.
Yeah. So we activate nervous system. Like if there's a takeaway, let's talk to that thing. If there's a takeaway, it's activate nervous system. Tendons, can we move? Can we be explosive? Moving through all those, connect the body to the mind to the ground. Activate the nervous system up and then re-regulate. And we constantly want to be playing in that while we're challenging it. The harder we make it, like when we're doing the A skip, when we go out and fight, and you and I are fighting, and I want to change direction, I've already taught my body it's safe to do that in a controlled manner. And that's really powerful. Yeah.
Thank you. You got one more to do? One more you're going to do? You said there was 2, or is it the same one, just different ways?
No, there's actually something we can do as a partner thing. So what I'm going to do is get you flat on your back, in the shade here, just here.
Okay.
Just flat on your back.
Like this?
Yeah, that's great. So I like to do this with my fighters when I'm able to. I'm going to take this leg and we're going to move.
Yep.
And I'm going to pull it up, and I'm going to anchor here. And I'm just going to watch face, and I want you to look towards your right. Yeah, there you go. Is your neck okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm just giving it, I'm paying attention to what he's saying. And then I may say, push back into your leg. So he's going to push, that's perfect. He doesn't need to beat me.
Yep.
And then let it go, find a breath. And then this is the magic. See how we get more movement?
Yeah.
If you give me a bit of force, give me some force here. Yeah, and maybe can you imagine your shoulder? Just imagine, that's great. And then let it go, and I can go more. And I'm watching his face.
Yeah.
And because we did this side, I'm gonna go the other side because that wouldn't be kind.
You walk in circles for the rest of the
Now,
day.
the biggest one is because we're all people pleasers. Don't help me.
Yeah.
Let me do the movement because I want your, get to look that way though. Yeah, good. Yeah, that one's a little tighter. Give a little push back with the leg. Yeah, that's good. I like 4 or 5 seconds, let it go. Find a big breath in and out. And I'm gonna give you a bit more. Yeah, good job. Perfect. Just keep that pressure. 3, 2, 1, let it go. Find that breath. And I'm gonna take you some more.
Oh, yeah, this is good.
Yeah. And then this is one you can add if their back is safe, is we just give the leg a little bit of pull, and it's going to feel like a hamstring stretch, but this is the sciatic nerve. Sometimes it's good just to give the nerve.
That's
it
a good
feels,
one.
yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, you can stand up.
Cool.
The last place you want angry is your sciatic.
Yeah. So there you go. That's like a basic warm up,
Perfect.
and I like to take. You can do all of them.
Well, my head too. It's cool.
Yeah.
But I'm feeling good.
And then the final thing I would say is stretching after a fight isn't that important. We actually know that it can cause more discomfort.
Okay.
We don't know why. It's just the study says you're 30 or 40% more likely to develop delayed onset muscle soreness if you stretch after a workout. But breath work, because we've been here, and woof, if we can take 3 to 5 minutes of just sitting with breath, quiet, box breathing, physiological sigh, anything that works for you. There's so much that it says in that helps us go, wow. And all of the work we've done in our fighting, we replay that. So as opposed to me fighting you 5 or 6 times and throwing 20 or 30 shots, they've actually shown that our brain goes da 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 da, and we're replaying it in our mind. I try not to focus on it, but as I breathe, that starts to happen. And we re-regulate our nervous system, so when we go home, we're as opposed to I'm taking my arm off, I'm getting out. The best thing we can all do is take that pause.
Before getting out of armor.
Before we get out of armor, just sit, drink a little water so you can cool off, make yourself feel safe and comfortable, and box breathing. Super powerful. After workouts, after fighting, all of it, we want to deregulate that. Yeah. No.
And
Okay.
what I mean, I do it like it will actually happen.
Yeah. So I'm going to do another thing as a separate track. So this is where I go next,
Yes.
right? So these are the do you have enough battery?
I should.
Okay.
Can we press stop and start, maybe?
No, I'm good. Do you want me to start? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just stop
Let's start
starting.
now.
It makes it